This video is about to get a little different. Um, how do I put this without starting something? So, I personally do not like internet vigilantism. All right, what do you mean chaos? Okay, let me be specific. I don't mind call of awarenesses, right? I don't mind personal justice as long as it's not going to affect anybody, right? Like affect people on a greater scale. I know there's people that have different thoughts on that. I know that things like that happens. It happened like in our history where people would take strong action, even if it means like hurting others, right? I know that was a thing back then. I get it. I understand. I probably need to do more studying on that, but I know it's like important parts of history where that matters. But the reason why I'm talking about this, and even if I wanted to say, as of right now, I literally can't even say any examples because of the fact that we're talking about any of these groups at all will just get me flamed. It will get me flamed. All these guys' audience will just wash you. They will wash you. I don't know if this video will even get put into anybody recommended for this to even be said anyway, but I'm just gonna point this out there. I do not like internet vigilantism because of the fact of how far these people can take it. These people take it way too far. I can understand investigating a certain issue or taking a look at something, but when you already had your answer, why are we so deep to the point where we're about to go pull up on somebody in real life, right? I think that's where you draw the line of it. If the issue has been going on for this long on the internet, why are you willing to go above and beyond and do it in real life? Now, the people I'm talking about, I don't even want to call these people a journalist. It's not like they're going outside every day talking to people on the streets. So, no, I'm not referring to a journalist, by the way. I'm referring to just like street, internet heroes. I don't want to call them internet vigilantes, internet heroes, whatever you call them. I'm just not a big fan. They do bring out some interesting questions. They do bring out some interesting answers that people will be curious of. So I'm not going to sit here and say that shouldn't exist. But I think when you start going above the board is when it's like you took the term go big or go home to a different state of mind. You just took that to an entire state of mind. You know the phrase of like, if this, I forgot what you call it. What stays in a certain area stays in that certain area. You don't really just like take that and then just go you go to the next. You feel me? It's just like, what is we doing? Especially for something so what I personally believe is dumb. I wish I could say what it was. I want to, but I just know that since I revolve around the same sphere as these same people, bro, it is about to go. It's a bouncy castle that is willing to pop. That basically, the entire mansion is a bouncy castle, at least where I'm standing in, and the moment I say something out of line, the weight is not what's about to make it pop. It's the fact that somebody on the outside will take that needle and just that's it. It's just like, bro. I was sitting here talking to some friends about it, and I was like, it's crazy because I want to open my mouth, but I seen how like audience like theirs work. Anybody with an audience like that does like a form of internet vigilantism or internet heroism, they don't care what you're saying. They don't think about what you're saying or why you're against it. They're just like, you're just part of the problem. You're also a bad person too. Just like, where did our brain go? Where did our brain go? This is different. If this was like some friendship thing, I can understand. But the moment you start pulling up on people that you do not know, because you feel like they're part of the problem, when you start questioning people that you do not know, because you think they have a hand in some form, is when I'm like, Where did this investigation go? I mean, thanks for the extra context, I suppose, but you kind of already had everything in the bag. At this point, you're like overstuffing it. It's like my rant. It's like my rants. It's crazy because people that make videos like that would be carefully scripted to where they can make their points, but they put the good stuff in. They throw in more good stuff. Heck, they might even give you a little bit of that McDonald's sweet and sour sauce on the side. But then they package in something that you didn't order. And it's just like, I'm allergic to this. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. Just felt like probably should know this too. Huh? Now, you're probably going to be like, well, Chaos, it's a video. You can put whatever you want in your video. I mean, you don't script your videos when you're talking like this, do you? Where you just go out and run. Like, why don't you script your videos to make sure they're more concise and only put... Guys, anybody listening to me, at least I'm some form of blogger, okay? That's why I put all this stuff here. I'm pretty much talking a lot about myself, all right? That makes sense for me to do. But if you're just trying to be like some internet vigilante or like some internet hero, you should probably focus on what the big issue is and what revolves around that said issue, not just someone that you think or could be possibly part of the issue, or since they also work or happen to be there, they're also like the problem. Does that not make sense? I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Logically, to me, that makes sense, right? If I'm investigating something, let's say this big company is doing some blank, blank, and blank, I would focus on that company and its heads mainly. Like, if you can get like the staff input, okay, I don't see an issue with that. But it's when I start going up to that staff and being like, yo, you got to answer to me. This is not good. It's like, what are you doing? That the staff is not the problem, is it? But I guess your mindset is like, okay, you work for them, so they're also part of the problem. I can't do that. I just can't. I don't see how that works. I genuinely don't see how that works. Why give the person that's just doing their job the attitude, right? Call that some soft, sensitive stuff for me or whatever. I guess whatever, fine. I still think it's wrong regardless. Even if you don't think so, I still think it's wrong. Like, I just want you to logically put that together. Like, if you were in the position of a staff working at a company that's currently getting all these accusations being put onto them, and the people that's investigating it goes up to you, you most likely don't want to answer it. But that investigator is just going to press you anyway. Or, sorry, not investigator. It's not like they're licensed to be an investigator. I said license. That sounds dumb. It's not like their job is to be an investigator. Their job is to add whatever they need to their content, and you will be the segment of the content. It's just like, bro, at least some of the people that do this, they will take the time to hide the staff or the person that's not fully involved, or at least ask for consent of the person. But what you mean? We're doing a service. We feel like the majority's in danger. I don't think I need to explain. Where's your decency? All right, where's the consideration? Right, these people aren't your friends, right? If they were your friends, I would be no complaints. But these people aren't your friends. You don't know who they are. As far as you understand, they work for blank, so they're a danger. I just don't know. And it's crazy because people want to look at me and be like, oh, "This is what society has come to. We got people wearing fat furry avatars while talking." But we got people out here ready to do the most maniacal things for whatever they feel as though is quote unquote justice. People is ready to out here and pretend to be involved with something when they're really not for justice. People is out here ready to hurt other people's feelings that has either nothing to do with the situation or they don't want to be involved, but you're ready to press them for justice. I'm not against people doing the right thing. But the question is, where does the right thing start and where does it end? All right. Now, this might come to the battle of, well, the ends justify the means. And I know there's people that can have a divide on that. Like, if you get the result that you want, who cares about what happens, right? See, I'm not the person like that. Your steps of how you get to the result matters to me. It honestly does. Your steps matter to me because then it would tell me who you are as a person while making these results. Every action you do, you must reflect on. You got to question, where is the right call and where do you think you're overstepping your boundaries? Because as of right now, I personally think that these people are overstepping their boundaries way more than they should. I feel like they overstep their boundaries way more than they should. And I don't want to applaud certain people that just do that. Like, I don't, right? I probably specific how I mean by applaud. I mean just like straight up, like downright encourage, right? I don't want to encourage that. If you did do like, I guess like some like good without destruction, bravo to you. If you did it without hurting the outsiders on that, bravos to you. But I really do feel like this internet heroism, vigilantism needs to be really thought about, and people really need to be careful when you're about to do your diggings or do your findings. You should be more thoughtful and considerate of the people that you're ready to, I guess, put into the mix. I think I've been taught this like what in like first or second grade. It's crazy. I remember that. It was pros and cons and comparing, contrasting. Right? What is your pros in doing this? What is your cons? Does these pros outweigh the cons, or the cons outweigh the pros? But people just look at one pro, one thing that's necessary with that pro, and they just stick with it. They're just like, this is all that matters. Okay, what about the numerous cons are here? Who cares about that? The pros, that all that matters. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Awesome. But as far as I've seen how this the internet enjoys and feeds off internet vigilantism, it's like you realistically can't do nothing about that. You just can't. Even though this should be the job for our laws and our police departments, because realistically, I don't think not every online person is equipped for this. Like, I will never see myself in the future ever properly enforcing or choosing to correct what I deem as illegal, right? Because something that I would think is fucking, I'm sorry, excuse my language, bad or illegal, somehow it's just not. But when I look into it, it's like, oh, okay, I now see why it's not. And then I would feel embarrassed and I would feel stupid. And since I'm not trained for that, since I'm not being taught that, I'm not touching that. That's not my job. I'd rather sit here and just be some yapper, an entertainer, a gamer, than just pretend like I'm doing some justice with actual knowledge. Sorry, with zero knowledge from a professional person that does the justice. I don't want to go off by what I see. I want to go off by what I know and what I was taught. But people just think it's easy as picking apples off a tree. I think I can't. I don't think I can rant any longer. I think I made my point clear. Have a good one. Bye bye. I personally think internet vigilantism sucks, especially when people have the power and the influence to make it happen, and they're not currently thinking about the consequences of what happens when they do it. Very awesome job.